Rachel with Minji. Today she and I are going to work on barking, since I hear that that's still kind of a problem with her, like in the car or when she sees new people coming up or anything like that. Now, this is really important. Of course, you want her to be quiet so you don't get any complaints. And also, Minji is a really sweet dog. We don't want people thinking otherwise if she's barking at them. And you want her to always approach people in a friendly manner and everything like that. So, from talking to you today, oh, she's got an itchy face. It sounds like that you do try to keep her on leash and give her a little pop on the leash and tell her no when she does that. That's a really great place to start, and so I'm just going to try to show you a few other things that will hopefully help control her barking. So, it's really important that you're very aware of how you're coming across to her and all the signals you're sending to her when you're telling her not to bark. So, if she's barking, it's not a no, no, it's no, no, like that. So, it needs to be harsher, really catch her attention, and correct her in that manner. Usually louder and kind of a harsher tone, not really the sing-song voice. It's really natural that everyone uses the sing-song voice when they're happy with their dog. So you really want to differentiate with that. Now it's really important that everyone in your household is consistent and does it in the same manner. So make sure you communicate that to them or have all of them watch this video. So, if we are on a leash out in front of the house and someone's walking by and Minji starts barking, I think with this halty collar, if this is what you have on her, the most effective way would be to pull it down so it doesn't get twisted, and I think that would give her the biggest correction. But just tell her, no, no barking, and yank on the no. Now, of course, I'm not going to be yanking her around now. That would be really confusing to her if I was giving her correction when she wasn't doing anything wrong. This is the kind of behavior that gets her praise. So if she's sitting nicely like this and not barking or whining or growling, that's when she gets pet and gets scratched and told she's a good girl. So good girl, Minji, good job. Good girl. And you can hear how different my voice is when I'm praising her than when I'm giving the correction. Another thing you can do to try to get her attention is you kind of make a sound like ch, and do it harsh, loud, and fast, like ch, ch, or like snapping your fingers if you're able to snap your fingers loudly. I can't, but something to catch her attention like that. With that being said, you definitely still want to use the word no. That's just kind of an extra thing. Now, what you could do is if you tell her no and she's still barking, then you can use the Cesar Millan tight hand, which is straight, flat hand, and you use your fingertips to kind of poke her side or behind your ear. So right here on her neck where it's sensitive, or right here. And you just have flat hand and go like that. Now I'm not really doing it. You do it just like that. Now, she is sensitive in those areas. It's not to hurt her, but it really catches her attention. So if you tell her no, she doesn't stop barking, then go and poke her in one of those areas. That will kind of catch her attention. Now, another thing that you can do is kind of like the meeting new people thing that we went over. Minji just got out of the water park, and so she's still trying to dry off a bit. Let's focus. Come here, sit. Good girl. Kind of like with the meeting new people, if she's doing stuff, do those left-hand turns. So you're doing a tight circle, and you're lifting your left leg up like this. Now, it's not to knee her in the face or anything like that, but what it does is it gets your leg and it moves, it pushes her head over. And so her head controls the rest of the body, and it gets you in front of her. you're invading her space and your whole body is going there, so she needs to back off to make way for you. Now this is really effective because it's showing that you are the alpha and that whatever you say goes. And this really distracts her because she doesn't want to get stepped on, and she's really, she really has to focus on you getting in her space like that. And so this is a good way to kind of catch her attention. Good girl. And see, she's following back behind me very nicely. But if she were doing anything down, say no. And by walking her in circles like that, that's what I would do if she wasn't responding to the no, the pulling on the leash, or poking to her side. Now, another thing you can try is using the squirt bottle. I know Minji's a lab, so of course she loves water, but she does respond pretty well to this here at daycare. And also, if the dogs are focused on something else, like if she's focused on a different person and she's starting to bark at them, this is made to kind of startle them and get their attention. And so it will probably be more effective than if you're just playing around with her and kind of squirting the water at her so she can bite it. Minji, oh, you slipped right out of your halter collar. Come here. Come here, you. Good girl. Okay. So I don't want to squirt her in the face now because of course she's not doing anything wrong. But you can get a small one of these. I found one for my dog at Long's. It's about this tall, and so it's really convenient to hold in my hand, fit in the cup holder in my car, or anything like that. But whenever you squirt her, always pair it with the corrections, so telling her no, squirt, no, squirt. And if she doesn't do it after you say no, then you obviously don't squirt her because she's done it. This squirt bottle and pulling on the leash is a way to follow through if she doesn't respond first to the verbal no. So you can try that. Now another thing you can try, I don't know if she's always on this halty collar, but you could try a slip lead. You know, the halty collar is designed to kind of go around areas where the dog is sensitive on the face, so they don't, so they behave a bit better. But a slip lead goes just like this, and you want to have it high, right up behind the ears, just like this. So this would be really similar to your leash correction, like you would with the halty collar. This time, if she barks, say no, and pull straight up like that. So no, and pull like that. And I'm not pulling hard because she hasn't done anything wrong. Now with a slip lead or a halty collar, it's really important that constant pressure is not what you want to do. So if she's really trying to run towards something, you don't want to be yanking her back and saying no, no. You want to be giving sharp pops. And that's for a couple of reasons. First of all, dogs' natural instinct is to fight against whatever's holding them. So normally, if you put pressure on a dog like this, you know, if they're super hyper or something, they're going to lean back into you. So if you're pulling really hard on the leash like this, or with the halty harness, it's going to be her instinct to pull even harder. So by doing quick pops, that really catches their attention. And so instead of constant pulling that they're fighting against and kind of getting used to, it goes from being comfortable to all of a sudden a quick pop. And you just want to do it like straight up or straight back, something like that. You have a little bit more control, and it's a little bit easier to get a good ankle with a regular slip leash like this than with the halty collar, just because it does get kind of moved around to the side. So in summary, it is best to have her on the leash so that you can follow through on your corrections. If she doesn't respond to just the verbal corrections, you can give her a pop, walk her around in a circle, and remember, left leg high and out to push her over like this. Then, of course, have the often paired with the water bottle or the poke to the side. just trying to distract her and of course rewarding her for her good behavior. Now, you really need to watch her body language. So if she has stopped barking but she's still really tense, has her ears perked up and, lips pursed, you want to be careful about rewarding her there because her focus is still really on that person. If she's barking, you tell her no, and then she stops and looks up at you like this. That is a perfect time to give her love and affection. But you want to read her body language to see what she's really focusing on, because whatever's going through her mind, what you do is going to reinforce that or work against that. So if you correct her at the right time, it's going to discourage that behavior. And if you praise her at the right time, it's going to encourage that good behavior. So really watch her, and hopefully these things help. This was Rachel and Minji, and we were working on barking.